Tutorials by Andrew Buckle. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can create some very surreal backgrounds using brushes and using the 32-bit mode channels. Right, now first thing to do, just quickly go over here to image and mode and 32 bits per channel. So I'm just going to go into that. Now what next thing to do, I'm just going to go and select a brush, a very basic brush, and I'm going to go for that one. It's just one of the 0% hardness there, and doesn't particularly matter about the size. I'm going to go for 332 and difference for the blending. Another thing is the window and settings, because what I want is I'm just going to go over here, I want to set some scattering, color dynamics. I want a fair amount of color dynamics, hue and saturation jitter. Now setting it blue. Now I'm just going to apply some very quickly, and I'm just going to use this, and then once you've applied it twice or three times, you can actually start seeing this sort of colour effect that appears, these little lines that start appearing and thing. And that's obviously the difference mode. It's trying to calculate and it just keeps changing there. Now you can achieve much the same 8-bit, but it's with 32-bit you can create some very unusual colours. So just going to stop at that point. Quite happy with that, and then just go to image and mode and 8 bits per channel. Once you actually go back, it comes up with this HDR toning. You can modify the toning curve, you can just tweak that to make it a bit brighter again. Get it sort of similar to, well, it's probably virtually impossible to get it exactly. Certain people will do that. Click OK, and there it is. A really lovely sort of surreal background, just created using a very basic brush. Now you can actually, I'm just going to go back to 32-bit, and there is. And I'm going to apply just a brush stroke, and I'm just going to go, I'm not going to go with a brush stroke, I'm actually going to use a rectangle tool. That's probably going to be the easiest, because I want to create a few other brushes just to show the similar sort of thing. So I'm going to use that, pixels, it's in blue, and it's applied just very basic like that. So filters and blur, Gaussian blur, and gonna now select that, and I'm going to define that as a brush. So edit and define brush preset, click OK. Now this point doesn't look particularly great, and I'll go back to 32-bit channel. So it's back in 32-bit mode. What you can do then, I've got the brush stroke and it's there selected. Unfortunately, of course, as with everything, the brush settings are not set, so go over scattering, push the scattering out, and color dynamics again, set that fairly high, and then apply sign. Again, difference mode, just apply that. Again, vary the brush if you want, and you can just apply it. And as soon as you do that, you can see you can create some very unusual color effects just by going over there. Now, of course, what you can do, you can actually also vary the angle. I'm going to go for up there, brush tip, and you can rotate that around. So if you want it that direction, you can then go for that way as well to create some maybe slightly unusual backgrounds as well. So image, mode, 8 bits channel, back again, you can again tweak it. You can go vary. There's a whole range of setting there, saturated, surrealistic, and so on and so on. So you can actually use those, click OK. Great for all kinds of weird and wonderful backgrounds. And you can of course use any other brush stroke as well. So again, go back, 32-bit channel, just select maybe custom shapes. So just go there, there's a custom shape over there, or maybe star design, that's probably going to be better. Polygon tool, over there, star, just apply, create star. Again, I like to blur it, so Gaussian blur again, make it a bit blurrier than that. Maybe apply other effects, maybe stylize. Obviously you can't do oil paint, unfortunately, so you'd have to do that in 8-bit mode. Anyway, so once you've actually got that, then you can define that as a brush as well. Define brush preset, click OK. Now you see the brush over there, again it's lost the scattering, so you can push that out. You can see the scattering there. Color dynamics, again, push that out. Maybe not blue this time, I'm going to go for a different color, so I'm just going to go for that. Click OK, difference mode, and then just apply, design, Now sometimes actually if you go too far you end up losing the star, but you can see the star there. It works probably best just, so if you go edit and fill, say white, and then apply the brush and then just apply it over a few times. If you go too far you end up losing the star. So there's the star design, and of course you can vary it. You don't have to keep the same size, just go there, put it down to there and apply the star like that to create again some very unusual colour designs, which you can then go back to image mode and 8 bits per channel, and again vary the, I've actually got a preset there, colour 1, which sort of boosts it. Maybe not so effective this time. Tweak exposure, click OK. Right, I hope you found this of interest. Thank you much.